Hi, my name's Natasha and I am the founder and chef of Honestly Healthy. So I'm here today in my kitchen with the amazing Melanie C. Very lucky to have her in my kitchen. She is a fan of Honestly Healthy, and we were chatting the other day and I asked you what was your favourite all-time recipe, and I was going to create a healthy version for you. Yeah. So you said mushroom risotto, because that's the one thing that you always cook at dinner parties.
Yeah, I think it's an easy one. It's a one-pot one.
Yeah.
And you can have a glass of wine while you're stirring in. You know, so you can, it's one that you can't go too wrong with. Yeah. And anything with that amount of cheese and butter is always going to taste good. But of course, that's not so healthy. No. So I was really intrigued to see if you could do something as tasty, but a bit more health conscious.
So what we're going to do is you can have a glass of coconut water instead of wine. And we're going to use these delicious wild mushrooms because it's the season for it.
Lovely.
And instead of rice, we're going to be using millet grain. It cooks very quickly in about 20 minutes, so the same as arborio rice. But also it becomes really starchy and you don't have to put the cheese in there to make it creamy.
Clever.
So the trick is just stir.
So millet, so what are there any other like health benefits from that grain?
Yeah, millet's amazing. So millet is obviously a gluten-free grain. It's fantastic for slow releasing energy, and also it's high in your B vitamins, which is good if you're a vegetarian. So yeah, it's a really good one. Yeah. First of all, what we're going to do is we're just going to put the cooker onto a sort of medium to low heat. We don't want to get it too hot. The reason being is when you get things too hot, it kills all the nutrients. So we want to keep it in as much as possible.
Okay.
Instead of using oil, we're going to use coconut oil. So we're just going to put sort of a dollop in there. Here we've got the garlic and the onion, like you would make any normal risotto.
So how much garlic have we got here?
So this is just one clove, and you've got one small red onion. So you could also do this with brown rice or red rice. I think you've tried the red rice beetroot risotto. Yes. Yeah, so it's exactly the same way. At that point, you know, where you add your wine to a risotto, we're just going to add stock. Okay. Sorry, it's rather boring. It's just softening up all the onions and the garlic there and just getting the flavours out. So I've just used a vegetarian, something called bouillon.
Yeah, I use bouillon.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I'm going to add a bay leaf here. So that's something I was taught by a friend of mine actually when he was making a risotto. So we're going to add the bay leaf and we're just going to keep adding a little bit more stock.
And that's kind of the secret with the risotto, it's just a little bit at a time with the stock.
Stirring and basically stock, that is the key. So now they've all sort of softened up, we're going to add the millet grain.
Right.
We're just going to pour this in. So we're going to do probably about 3/4 of a cup. At the same time, we're now just going to put a little bit of zest in over the top. So it's sort of a bit of a lemony feel to it.
Yeah, lemon's something I've never put in a risotto before.
Oh, lemon risotto is delicious.
Yeah,
you could just do one with lemon. So now we're going to add our stock. So probably about half of it now. So what we're going to do is we add sort of half of our mushrooms at the beginning and then halfway through. The reason why you don't just put them in at the end is because, well, mushrooms don't take very long to cook anyway. They're very quick. So to really get the flavour through, I want to put them in right now. I'm just going to chuck those in, and we're going to just turn the heat up a little bit.
So we were kind of on a medium heat, we've gone up to like more medium to high now.
Yeah, exactly. So how do you stay healthy when you're on tour? Because it must be really hard when you're travelling around the country. And
yeah, but it's difficult. I mean, sometimes when you're abroad, but you know, if you're lucky enough to be in nice hotels, you can pretty much get what you want. But the thing is, for me, actually, when I'm singing, I'm quite strict with my diet. And I mean, that is
dairy.
Yeah, I'll absolutely avoid dairy. And also, on days for shows, I won't have anything spicy. I kind of avoid onions and cucumber, just things I've learned over the years that I don't really agree with when I'm singing.
Because does it make more mucus? Is that what it does?
Well, the dairy is mucus forming. But
it's spice as well, isn't it?
Well, yeah, and I just don't think it's great for your vocal cords. So when you're really demanding a lot of your vocal cords, you really have to look out for them. So yeah, so spices aren't great, and things like acid reflux you have to be aware of.
So staying alkaline.
Yes, and not eating too late at night. Like I never eat after shows now, unless I have a day off the next day. Yeah, because it's just not good to eat too close to bedtime.
Yeah, because I find like when I travel, I know that I find find breakfast really hard to get, sort of like, because I don't want to eat eggs every day and things like that, and I find that all their smoothies and stuff has so much sugar in. So I always take sort of little instant packets of gluten-free oats with me to make my own porridge.
Yeah, breakfast is the one meal you know you're so right. And also sometimes if I'm in a hotel and I'm working, I don't really want to go down into breakfast. I'd rather just sit in my room. As long as I've got a kettle, I'm happy. You know, so I can have my green tea, and then I'll have oat cakes and rice cakes, and I've just discovered corn cakes, which are really good. And actually nut butters as well is something. Corn cakes are nice.
Oh wow.
Yeah, they're a little bit like popcorn.
Really?
Yes.
Nice.
This is my new thing, is corn cakes with cashew butter.
Nice. I love cashew butter.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to put the rest of these mushrooms in now, because we're sort of just over halfway. You see it's completely doubled in size now. So it really does go a long way.
And this is just for me, this portion?
Just for you. We're just carbing you up for a big run tomorrow.
It looks great, it smells great.
And I'm also just going to squeeze, it's probably about a quarter of the lemon into there, just to give it a little bit of a kick. So in another pan, I'm going to put some coconut oil and the mushrooms. Lovely. So we're going to fry them off just to put over the top of the risotto.
It's getting really thick. It's amazing how you can feel it.
So what we've got here as well is nutritional yeast. If you actually just take a little bit and taste it, it tastes very cheesy. So you know when you get like cheesy kale chips?
Oh yeah.
That's what you use with cashews.
Right.
So instead of using lots of cheese, I'm going to put this in, which kind of gives it that sort of dense flavour. I'm just going to put the rest of this, this lemon in.
So now is a whole lemon gone in?
Yeah, I'm going to put the whole one in.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how many people would this feed, do you think?
Well, obviously it depends on how much exercise you're doing, if it's men, women, etc. People always say, how many does it serve? And it totally depends on the person. So I would say sort of maybe
It looks like, it looks like quite a lot there, doesn't it?
And it's really filling. It's really, really filling. And that is your very simple mushroom risotto made from millet.
It looks amazing, so I need to taste it.
So you're going to have to try it now, aren't you?
Fabulous. Right. Perfect. I love it. You did good. The girl did good.
Yay!
Thank you very much.
I've done it.